Hey everyone, it is tea time with the diva. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, because we're gonna get into it. This tea time is dedicated to yet again Diddy. Diddy and his defense team are telling the feds that they need the names of their accusers, the one in the indictment. Nothing to do with the civil lawsuits, because all of those civil lawsuits, even though they're coming in fast and furious day after day after day, they're all gonna have to wait for their time in court until after his criminal case is done. So they want the names of the alleged victims that brought about the indictments in the criminal case. They said, how can we defend ourselves? How can we defend our client without knowing who we're defending ourselves against? Now, they're claiming that they already know that Cassie allegedly is one of said victims, so they're not asking for her name to be released, but they're saying if there's anybody else that you utilize to bring this indictment against Diddy, we need their names. And let's be clear, we can hate Diddy all day long. We can call the man a monster, but due process still needs to happen. And on a legal standpoint, they are right. They need the names. If someone comes today and accuse you of stealing their purse, you have the right to know. Is it Diva? Did Diva say I stole the purse? Who said I stole her purse? I need the name of the person, and then you can start to defend yourself. No, I was at the gym. No, I was in the movies the time that Diva said that I stole the purse. No, Diva's a liar. She done accused 13 other people of stealing her purse. Go look at her record. Look at the history. So you do have the right to know who is accusing you of XYZ. So let me go ahead and share screen. Let's get a little more into this. And listen, the lawsuits, I think these things are going to get more salacious by the minute. It's getting ugly in these streets with these Diddy lawsuits. And then I did see an article that, because Halloween is, I think, about in 2 weeks from now, or however many days, it's on the 31st. And people, they're taking this baby oil thing, and I think they're doing too much with it, because now allegedly there's supposed to be some Halloween costume, mocking the whole Diddy and the baby oil thing. My thing is, if you truly want justice and you care about the victims, to even have a costume like that is super offensive, and it shouldn't even be allowed. But those are my thoughts. So Diddy to the feds. I need names of the alleged victims. How else can I defend myself? Which is true, right? So Diddy says federal prosecutors are making it impossible for him to mount a defense because they refuse to give up the names of his accusers in a criminal case against him. If anybody knows from a legal standpoint, not guessing, not your feelings about this, from a legal standpoint, is it legal to not disclose? I mean, we're in the discovery period, right? We're in the period in which they have to disclose everything that they have to his lawyers so his lawyers can come up with a defense. In the discovery period, you don't have to name the names of the people that are accusing me of XYZ. If you know from a legal standpoint, let me know. Diddy's legal team filed new docs Tuesday asking a federal judge to direct the U.S. Attorney's Office to identify the anonymous alleged victims referred to in the indictment, so he can specifically address the allegation he abused, threatened, coerced women and others to satisfy his sexual desires. In the docs that he says once the names are revealed, he believes there will be voluminous evidence the interactions with the alleged victims were consensual. He wants the feds to be more specific about who exactly is claiming non-consensual acts. As we reported in the 14-page indictment, only mentions victim one. So one of Diddy's attorneys, and that was Mark before they put the gag order out on both sides, said that, the feds were saying they had over 50 witnesses or whatever the case may be. He said no. Mark said they have one victim and 49 witnesses. So they're saying if you got more victims, you need to let us know who said victims are. who based on the allegations seems to be Cassie. They're saying the one victim seemed to be Cassie. And Diddy's attorneys have referred to victim number one as his ex-girlfriend. So Diddy's new request to the judge is not revealing her name. So they're saying that, listen, we know one of the victims is Cassie. We're not asking you to put her name out there. And listen, if her name, we don't need we don't need no more media frenzy than we already have when it comes to this Diddy's case. So if they say or confirm that victim number one is Cassie, it's going to start a whole new saying, listen, you don't have to tell us that name, her name, because we're taking a educated guess that the victim number one is Cassie, but it's any other accusers the feds are relying on to build a case against them. They said we have the right to know those names. Another reason the Bad Boy Records founder wants the names revealed has to do with all the civil lawsuits being filed by Tony Busby, who says he now has 120 clients. Diddy team claims the federal case has had a pervasive ripple effect, resulting in a torrent of allegations by unidentified complainants. Okay, well, a lot have been filing as Jane Doe, John Doe, but the recent girl who claims she was violated with Diddy using a remote, she actually revealed her name and the name of another person that was involved allegedly in said incident. In the docs, they make direct reference to the fact 6 of Busby's clients filed suits on Monday. So they updated it or amended it and letting the judge know that, listen, we really don't want you to let this guy out because he's a monster. And we got 6 other cases against him since he, got incarcerated. Due to the number and anonymity of accusers, Diddy says his attorneys asked federal prosecutors to identify its alleged victims, but they refused to at this stage. Is that legal? I want somebody from a legal standpoint to address that for me. A rep for the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York declined to comment. Will they have to decline? I will say that because if you remember the last time he was in court where his mother showed up, the kids showed up, they said a gag order was placed. So I'm not expecting them to say anything. Diddy was arrested last month during a raid on the Midtown Manhattan hotel where he was staying. Since then, he has been locked up in Brooklyn, and the court has twice rejected. So see, they said twice. I keep telling you, there's so many conflicting messages about this bail, but I think the third bail that he's requesting, it has not been a decision made on that yet. But I think with all of these mounting cases, I think even when it comes up for a decision to be made on that, it's going to get declined. Okay, twice rejected his effort to get out on bail. His trial is set to begin in May 2025, and as of now, he'll be behind bars until then. Listen, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. I will say this. I do believe that he has a right and his team has a right to know who is accusing him of said crime. Because how else do you build a defense if you get a surprise in the courtroom in May and they say, well, here come Diva? You don't have time to gather text messages that Diva might have or might have not sent you. You don't have time to gather the pictures where you and Diva were chilling and it didn't seem like Diva had a problem with you. You don't have time to gather the information and say, well, oh, Diva said she had a problem with me in 2018. Well, she was with me at the party in 2020. She came to see me again in 2022. And in 2023, she participated in the Love album. You don't have time to gather all that information if you don't know that Diva is an accuser until it's May and you're in the courtroom and you like they say it's like a movie and everybody's shocked. Like next witness and the defense is talking like, oh my God, they didn't tell us this in discovery, they didn't ask this, and they said, Your Honor, excuse me, can we get a sidebar? I need to talk to you. I object to the witness of Diva because they never told us that Diva existed. So listen, We're here to break through the noise. We could join in the party of the noise. It's easy to say, and listen, I believe where there's smoke, there's fire. So, but it's easy for us to say, oh, he's a monster, lock him up, blah, blah, blah. But we're going to blow through the smoke and do some thinking here and say to ourselves, is this right or wrong? See, what I also think is that without all of the distractions, if they really dig, I think they can find enough to probably lock this man up for the rest of his life, because I don't believe that everything is just a complete and utter lie. Don't believe that. And part of why I don't believe that is because there are some known incidents, and I'm not going to talk about the urban legends and the rumors. We got some known incidents that are documented in the court of law where we could say this man was monsters, right? Or he did something a little shady. We go back to the basketball game in New York where people died, lost their life because he mismanaged the situation. Okay, he didn't wake up, in my opinion, expecting people to lose their lives that day, but because of an event he threw and his mismanagement of that event, people lost their lives. That's documented. We're not speculating. We don't have to guess, right? Then we got the next situation that is documented where he was in a nightclub, okay? Shine was in the nightclub with him. Jennifer Lopez was in the nightclub with him. And pows went off. Now, he got off from that, but it's a document situation where we know it was some tendencies for violence, right? We got the other situation with his son Justin's basketball coach, where allegedly there was a kettlebell involved. Somebody got hurt. Somebody got paid. Diddy did 24 hours of community service, and he went on about his life. Literally, can't stop, won't stop. But listen, can't stop, won't stop is now coming to an end because he has been stopped because he's behind bars. But there still has to be a due process, and in that due process, give the man the names. Because I honestly believe even if he gets the names, the prosecutors, to me, y'all got enough stuff to work with that I would give him all the people names. You figure out, sir, how 25 people or 50 people is going to get in this stand and say a consistent message, and you be able to clean that up. If the prosecutors is on their square and they believe that they got him and everybody's repeating the feds never lose, well, give them the names because y'all never lose. Chat with me, guys, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. Don't forget, hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next video. Let me know your thoughts.